welcome back to Zombie Dance Party, season number 2. I'm your host, Hive Tyrant 424, and this is episode number 1. I'm so pumped up for this new season, guys. No guns. This is going to be a serious challenge for me. I've always relied on having a trusty shotgun in my number 4 slot ready to blast any zombie who got too close, and a 9mm in the number 1 slot for those situations where firepower was needed, but not desperately. And then, of course, a long rifle for those epic headshots from the next time zone. Not this time, Hive. I'm going to gather up some plant fibers. Oh, hey, you guys want to see what I look like in real life? There you go. That's me. This season is going to test not only my patience, but it's going to be a real challenge on my abilities to change how I play and adapt my day-to-day combat. Also, my Blood Moon setups. Turrets are a huge endgame advantage, and this season's dance party is going to have none. Even mining is going to take on a new set of challenges since I won't be needing gunpowder, but I will need to prioritize getting iron because I'll have to build a lot more traps to make up for those missing guns. I just wanted to say, I've watched a lot of different videos on YouTube for 7 Days to Die before I even started making my videos. I've even subscribed to a couple of the channels I thought were really good. Now, originally I thought these guys were really awesome at the game. I mean, they just never seemed to die. Here I was, trying time and again to start up this knife build, and I kept getting killed. Usually by forgetting I was starting a new game and I couldn't tank the hits like I could by the end of Season 1 there. So I would restart each time I died, deleting the death game each time, and I was getting really frustrated. Until I learned how to back up my save files, so if I died I could just restore the saved game and carry on. That kind of seemed to me to be dishonest to you guys. It would give you the illusion that I was a lot better at this game than I actually am. So, I've decided I'm just going to play this game totally legit, and notice I said when, not if, I die, I'm simply going to carry on. Of course, I'll try to go as far as I can without dying because that is the objective, but I'm not going to pretend it doesn't happen. I had to challenge 2 of the other YouTubers to a ninja video series, but neither responded to me. Can't say I really blame them. After all, I've got 2 whole subscribers, 14 videos on my channel. I'm nobody, and that's fine. One day maybe I'll have like 100,000 plus subscribers. Then maybe we can revisit that challenge. Now, as you can see here, I've gotten started on the quests that give me my 4 perks before I begin searching for my permanent home. As always, I'm going to invest in perception and the lucky looter first. I have tried games where I started into the weapon skills, but, so far what I've found is, at the outset, I'm capable of killing zombies with the weapons I can either find or make without having to perk into them. Lucky Looter does give me better loot, which means a higher chance to find the better quality weapons. I'm really going to need that for knives and clubs and whatnot to get going. By the time I'm ready to invest in a weapon skill, I should already have a level 4 or even 5 version of that weapon. So that's going to make perking into it just that much deadlier for my undead friends. Lucky Looter also makes it a lot easier to find the buried supply crates for the vendors. I tried one test play without Lucky Looter, and I noticed a huge difference in the area that I had to dig up to find that crate. The playthrough actually ended when I had dug up so much of the clay around me, and I wasn't paying attention to structural integrity at all because I was just looking for a supply crate, that I ended up causing a cave-in and it killed me. I started a new game and took the Lucky Looter perk. One thing I did notice though, which is why I'm going to be investing a point into deep cuts really early on, is when you unlock the hunting knife schematic with level 1, you don't need the workbench to build them anymore. I don't know when they changed that, but I'm really, really happy about it. You can, with just some duct tape, leather, and some forged iron, you've got a better knife. Now, we do have the bone knife to start because I'm really a fan of the knives. I don't know why. I just think they're a lot of fun. Hopefully we'll have the materials to make the hunting knife and maybe even find a chainsaw early on because we are going to need a lot of lumber. I am going to be a bit more aggressive with regards to gathering meat from animals. As you can see here, I'm trying to have a conversation with Porky that isn't going well, of course. My first fight back, I'm probably rusty because, took a break after Season 1. he sets me to bleeding, so I have to use my healing bandage. It was my only bandage because I haven't found any cloth or cotton yet because I haven't gone anywhere. So now, in case you missed season 1, and shame on you, by the way, I had explained the buried supply jobs are my favorite for 3 reasons. They're easy to complete with the Lucky Looter perk, which, as you can see, I just took, and they're usually not that far from the vendor, so I can complete 2 or 3 of them a day if he has them available. I get to dig up clay soil, which I need for cobblestone early on, and then later for the forges. I'll do fetch jobs if I have to, and the zombie clear is just not really all that practical when you're doing a knife build. Not this early on. I mean, once I've, leveled up a few times and maybe I've gotten deep cuts 1 or maybe even 2, if I've got a decent knife and maybe a crossbow, I'll start working on zombie clears. But for the time being, I'm just going to go with fetch jobs and the buried treasures. As far as which weapons I'll be using most, if all goes well, it'll be the knife. Again, it's a fast weapon. The power strikes inflict a bleed damage on them. It's a bleed over time. And once you perk into deep cuts, you can stack multiple bleeds on a target, and the bleed effects slow them down, which is really handy when you've got a feral zombie in your face, or just a raging zombie who throws a tantrum just because you hit them. Having said all that, though, I'm going to use a combination of weapons until I get a decent knife or a machete. One of my favorite tactics, actually, is to put a bleed on a zombie with the knife, switch to the club, and knock him to the ground to just lay there and bleed for a while. It uses less durability on both weapons by letting the bleed do its work, and they're too busy pulling their teeth out of the backs of their heads to bite me. Plus, you get to pop heads with the club, which is hilarious. And the knife, actually, you can dismember, you can cut off limbs, and you can decapitate the zombies, so that's a bit fun. It's macabre, I know, but I'm not playing Candy Crush here. It's called 7 Days to Die. Now, as I was starting doing the starting quest there, I did see this church in the background. Because, we're starting day 1 at 0700 instead of 0400, which is when the days normally start every other day. I'm already 3 hours behind where I would be any other day, so I'm just going to clear out this basement here, get all these bookshelves. There's only a couple of zombies. You notice I've got a spike trap down there. I don't normally use spike traps, but because I don't have the gun to, take out a zombie quickly, the low-level knives just aren't strong enough, so I'll throw down spike traps to soften them up a little bit. I know that if the trap gets the final kill point on the zombie, I don't get experience, but I'm not down here for XP. I'm actually just down here for the books and the schematics, so I don't much care at this point. I've been playing Alpha 18 since it was released, but I'd never actually been inside these churches until Season 1 of Zombie Dance Party. I did a fetch job for the vendor off camera, and I was happy to get a chance to see a new POI. And then, as you guys know, when I get sent to a new place like this, if I have time, I'll go in, clear it out before I activate the rally point to actually start the job. Then I'll go and start the job, get in there, and I'll clear the same place out twice. It's really awesome. So you can imagine how excited I was when I first found the basement to this church on that job that I was doing for the vendor. It was great. Look at all these bookshelves. I think I got all the zombies out of here. Pick up some schematics, and yeah, I know that there's actually a cache of treasure up in the belfry there, but I don't have the time to pick that up right now. Plus, I don't think I could survive, truthfully. I mean, there's the one main room in the church is just loaded with zombies, and even at low levels, I think there's a couple of irradiated zombies in there. It's a pretty serious fight that I'm just not ready for. Maybe if I had a machete and a couple of points sent into the deep cuts, I might consider it, but at this point, it's definitely not something I can handle. So now that we've got the basement cleared out here, it's time to head for that vendor. Not a moment too soon. It's almost noon and got a long way to go here, so gonna take a peek at what we've got. Scope, handlebars for the bikes. That's good. And extra damage to deer. That's excellent. That'll make hunting easier. Gravedigger. I like that. That's a good mod. I wonder if that Night Stalker bonus applies to crossbows as well. Drawbridge. Meh. Coyotes. I don't expect to see many of those. I'm not planning on going to the desert. And yeah, of course, I get the silencer schematic because I'm playing a playthrough with no guns. That figures. Alright. Let's get moving. Now, on the way to the vendor, I did find this cache, so I want to make sure you guys all know about it. If you grab the hay bale there, you'll see there's a hidden crate inside this pile. This one is a working stiff crate, so come on, chainsaw. Now, radiator. Oh well, they sell for a half-decent amount. Onward! Now, I swear I don't have ADHD, you guys. I can remain focused on the task, but hey, this is a garage. Let's see what's inside. Got ourselves a car. Piles of garbage. Hey, there's a workbench. And it's broken. That's good. There's loot. Ha! Look at that. Get the schematic for the workbench right off the bat. I'll end up perking into that later on, but it's nice to have early access to the workbench if I have the materials. And there are a couple of working stiff crates up top there. I like how the Fun Pimps have hidden little Easter eggs all over the game. It seems like most of the POIs have some kind of cache of treasure of some kind. Be nice to get a decent, like a fire axe or, an iron pick. That'd be great. Get away from this stupid wooden or stone axe. Still on level 1 because you got to go into Miner 69er in order to make better stone axes, which, in my opinion, is kind of an oxymoron. Nothing great. We got a wrench, so I'll use that on this car here and get a little bit more stuff to sell to the vendor. I don't want to be too encumbered when I head across the open ground to get to the vendor, but I do want to have a decent amount of stuff to sell to him when I get there. Getting some decent amount of gasoline. And if we get a chainsaw or an auger, that'll come in handy. Be able to use them right away. I wonder what happens if we... Hey, look at that! Broken workbenches give you mechanical parts. Look at that. Forged iron. Some raw iron and lumber. Holy! I didn't know you could do that. I mean, I know you could bust up the workbench, but I just usually just hit it with a mining pick. I never even thought about trying the wrench. Well, that's good information. Oh, wait, no. Cancel. Vendors don't always buy lead, but they almost always buy the trophies and the fishing lures. Finish grab. Look at all that. Look at that. Forged iron. Jeez. I think I got enough to make a hunting knife. That'd be cool. Alright, seriously, let's get to the vendor. Oi, there we go. Finally made it. You can see I'm fairly encumbered there, so... I didn't see any signs of a town nearby as I was running through, though. It was literally just hills and countryside. I think once I've emptied out my inventory some, I'm going to need to scout around a bit before I commit to doing any jobs for this guy. Okay, broken chemistry station. That's unfortunate. It would have been really handy to be able to make glue cheaper than I can make it at a campfire. Well, of course, all the other crafting stations are functional because I don't need those. Normally, these vendors are on the edges of towns, so I'm assuming since I came in from the north and I didn't see any really major towns there. Yes, I started near a town, but that was in Burnt Forest, and I am not going to try and level up a brand new game in Burnt Forest. I don't have the patience for all those stupid birds. I realized the Fun Pimps, they made the birds a lot more challenging and a lot more dangerous, and, that's good. Makes the game more difficult and more challenging, but I hate them. The birds, not the Fun Pimps, but I hate the birds. So I'm not going to try and level up in that area. He's got the steel tools schematic, but unless I go and tear down street lights with my handy dandy wrench, which wouldn't last very long, I'm not going to have forged steel. And even if I did have the forged steel, you still need steel tool parts. And he's got crap for tools. All right, I'm not going to take any jobs from this guy unless I know that there's places nearby where I'll be. I don't want to have to run 2 kilometers to do a job. The guy sends me on a fetch 2 kilometers away. I'm not going to do it. So I'm going to go up on top of this hill here and see what I can find. Oh, more bacon. Need a couple more arrows first. And I think I'm going to learn from my last pig experience. I'm not just going to stand on one block. I'm going to go up a couple here. There we go. Okay. Here, piggy, piggy, piggy. Come here, buddy. Look at that. Mobile snacks. Maybe I should have reinforced the bottom block. Hope he doesn't break it before I get him put down. Okay. Should be just about... Ah, come on. There we go. That was a tough pig. Ooh, my arrows. I need those. What? Oh, got him. He's a ways away yet. I can get to the rest of this pig first. Okay, come here, buddy. And lay down. Stay down. Stay down. Okay, there you go. He's dead. All right. Get up top of this hill here and see what's around. We've got more hills and a house. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to scope around for a bit. I'll see you guys. So I actually went over the next hill that was just to my left of where that one there, and I saw a stadium there directly south of me, so I knew there was a good-sized town there. I did a bit of scouting around the town. As you can see, some time has passed there. I found a Shotgun Messiah plant, which is awesome. Waterworks, and you know there's that really nice, easy cache to get to there. It's 3 or 4 zombies, and then you've got that cache, but you need lockpicks or some way to break into that secure chests, which I don't have a lot of right now. So, but as I was, snooping around there, I spotted a vendor, and he's right near the Waterworks and the Shotgun Messiah. Plus, we're still in the green biome, so don't have to freeze my buns off. So I think this is where I'm going to be basing for the first part of the season. I'm going to pop inside there and see what goodies he's got. With luck, he'll have a buried supply job for me. I'm not going to be able to complete it today. It's day 1, and as you can see there, the time is getting closer to nighttime, and I've still only got a level 1 bone knife and the wooden clubs. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a good-sized boulder and just burrow down into the middle of it and do that for the night. Since I'm still using a level 1 stone axe, by the time I get to a decent depth, it'll probably be morning. So that's all the time we've got for Season 2's first episode of Zombie Dance Party, everybody. I want to thank you all for watching, and your support is greatly appreciated. If you enjoyed the episode, please don't forget to hit that like button below and subscribe if you want to be notified of the new episodes as they become available.